Hi, and welcome to InterSystems Virtual Summit 2020. Because there is such a diverse set of sessions around analytics at this conference, and because we're making such investments in this area, we thought it was worthwhile to record a little orientation session to talk you through what we're up to in this area. Let's first try and explain the analytic landscape and how we cover this very broad area. So we've tried to tier it up into 3 different areas that largely correspond to some of the more typical functionalities. So information portal is all about dashboards, reporting, supporting people to make better decisions, so end consumer kind of work. The data workbench is more hands-on, is where you're really operating on the data and creating other data products. And in the application hub, we're talking more about application development. So you can translate that into these goals. So building artifacts for business users, building data products for data users, and building smarter applications for consumers at large. Now, we can also map this to particular roles of who's using the technology. And you see that in the information portal, we're talking about these business users. In the data workbench, we're talking about data professionals, and the application hub, we're talking really more about engineering and development roles who use the tools and frameworks to build applications that eventually are probably going to be used by a much more diverse set of users anyhow. So now let's see how that looks with IRIS. So in InterSystems IRIS, there's a whole set of native technologies, a whole set of embedded capabilities that are just part of the box, that you get out of the box, that you can start tapping into right away. And if we lay them out a little bit across these 3 main tiers, you'll see that they correspond to these functionalities. To complement our native capabilities, we also offer a fair bit of openness by supporting industry standards, by supporting third-party technologies, third-party products, and that's really what this green swim lane is all about. You'll see that adaptive analytics and embedded Python have a bit of a dashed line around them, and that's because they're new and they are being announced at this conference. So now let's see how that maps to the conference schedule. And we'll try and kind of frame that into a couple of sub-themes for the analytics theme. So first, data management. So really managing the data, storing the data, and making sure that we're very efficient about that. So we've got adaptive analytics, we've got our OLAP and SQL capabilities here, and you'll see that this applies to a number of our personas that we put on the slide a little earlier on. So this is what these sessions translate to. So we've got 2 sessions by Carmen and Amir around adaptive analytics, so the new product that we're announcing here, and then also a little more about data warehousing in general and about our SQL engine. In the area of BI, reporting, and end-user analytics, you see that we're all the way on the left here. We're really in this information portal for those business users, those end consumers of the analytical artifacts, or the information products, I mean. So here, there are a couple of interesting sessions, including demonstrations, as you'll see here, and also some interesting ones around the places where we're working together with third-party tools, such as the session by Mark Messias, and then my own with Ted Werner from Alteryx. In the machine learning area, we're really, of course, firmly in the data workbench, but also because of our heritage as application development, as an application development platform, we also pertain to the application hub personas. So here you'll see a lot of activity around our integrated ML product and also the new embedded Python capabilities. So here, again, a lot about integrated ML, also a joint session together with Data Robot, where you'll learn more about the partnership we're announcing with them. Some customer use cases that have been working with our ML capabilities, and then also some very worthwhile best practices presented by Sergey Lukyanchikov, who has quite a few machine learning projects down his belt. And then finally, as a final sub-theme, our natural language processing technology, which applies a little bit across the spectrum, because we're all, again, talking about an API that applies both to end users of the information as well to the developers that kind of build the interfaces with those. Here, we're having a session around our recently open source INO technology for natural language processing, and then also a nice session in the health share track, where we're talking about intelligent chart review extensions that feature some of our natural language processing. So that's also a nice demo to look forward to. So that's a quick overview of the focus sessions. The week after, The week of November 2nd, we have 2 experience labs that are available on demand, so you can start them whenever you want to in that week. We have for both scheduled office hours where you can ask any questions that you still be left with these self-paced tutorials. So you can still ask your questions there, and we'll be happy to help you out. Of course, all of this material will be available after the event as well. And with that, I thank you for your time and look forward to seeing you in one of our beautiful analytics sessions. Thanks.